behind at the moment.
Oh.
I'll do it soon.
No, I mean, you know, you won't really fish the, you know, wrestling with an octopus, trying to put it in the sack.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Just do that. Yeah.
I'll do it once. I'll make a mistake once.
Yeah.
Nearly killed somebody last time.
The people that are watching this have probably seen the video because it's the one before this one.
I'd be careful tackling any
Anything with more arms than us is dangerous, surely.
And if they can pick up stones and stuff, they can take off masks and regulators.
And look after chests of gold and stuff like that. And yeah. Sink boats, yeah. Tuesday night, it's still sunny. Probably not going to be that much longer.
Welcome back below the waves. I'm JP Falaise and you're joining us on another scallop dive. There's only so much we could do on a Tuesday night, so we've just popped out, taken the right, and we're down at Anfray. We're going to have a little look right up close to the reef and see if there's any scallops on this ground. It is quite hard as far as the ground around here is not actually that good. But I've touched the bottom and I've got a wild keeper already. That's good. Quick check with Mish, make sure she's okay to start. And we're off. She's happy. Found some sort of structure here, looks like a seat. Maybe for a tractor or something like that. Seems to have suspension in the back, probably just out of a boat. Looks like it's home to a coma now. There's also something living under the fabric inside it. Some other smaller fish. Yeah, it looks like a corking wrasse of some sort. Well and truly covered, looks like it's been here a couple of years. Nice little hidey hole underneath for an octopus going. Not doing very well so far. I think I've had one scallop. We are quite close into the reef, and to be honest, there's probably other divers that have been around here. It's a handle from a cup. You do find some completely random things around here. And again, I'm only down to one torch. I know what the issue is. It's the spring when you screw it in, but obviously I can't undo it and redo it when I'm on the water. So we're just going to have to deal with one torch at the moment. I think this is the area we're going to start getting scallops. Decent sized one. few scallops there that have maybe started swimming, or another diver's probably picked them up, seen they're too small and thrown them back. They're right up on the surface. I can tell it's well through autumn now. The seaweed's starting to rot away, like that bit, and it's starting to come a little bit clearer. On the sea, well, the backscatter's not that good, but yeah, it's not as bad as it has been. It's a cool little cuttlefish. I tell you what, he's trying to mimic something else. These things mimic all sorts of different stuff. Crabs, flatfish, change the shape of their body, or they walk on their tentacles. This one, can you guess what he's trying to mimic? And it's something that's fairly new to Guernsey, and I've noticed they've started doing this ever since octopus turned up. So they make their tentacles white dots so they look like an octopus, and what it's doing is just trying to act like an octopus as well. They're so interesting, these. Just slipping away, out of view. Another trick you can do with it is you hold your glove out, which is bright orange, and they're changed to bright orange as well. Scallops are quite hard to see around here, but they are heading under loads of old shells, bits of seaweed. Pretty hard to find. Again, I always look under these little crevices in the hope that I'm going to find an octopus. The reason I keep looking for octopus is because, well, we hardly ever get them in Guernsey. They were around in the 1960s, I'm told, but there was a big freeze and all of them seemed to die off. But the last sort of 12 months, 2 years, we've seen a big surge with them. I know one of the fishermen's out the west coast, our mate Steve Fallais, had 28 of them in the same day inside his crab pots. Certainly not new to Guernsey. I've seen stuff from the 1890s explaining about octopus, and then again in the 1920s, late 1920s, early 1930s, with large octopus getting caught as well. It does seem to be some sort of cycle to them as well. So maybe this is just a short cycle, could be a long cycle. Quick check of my air, still got loads left, well over half a tank. This was interesting, but unfortunately the fish is backed out right underneath the part where there's seaweed. So he's living in a little tiny green house. He's hidden under that lump of seaweed. Yeah, we decided to go back in a huge round circle, and then we've ended up being back where we started. So this just goes to show we do actually miss some, because I swam straight over that. Okay, right, that's probably just about enough to get us back on the boat. I think I've done okay there. Mish is happy with it as well. Let's say we're not doing it for commercial gain, so it goes towards Richard. So we enjoyed ourselves, that's the main thing. Another thing I always notice, when they're in the bag, they're very, very relaxed. I mean, they're all open, they're all gaping as if they're feeding, and all these little black dots. You see there's probably at least 200 black dots. Those are the eyes. Unfortunately, they don't know what's in tail for them when they get back to the harbour, because unfortunately they're going to be shocked. That means to take them out of their shell and get them ready for sale. These could potentially be on someone's plate tonight in a restaurant.
Well, say look. We opened 40 minutes. We done alright. Not bad for beginners. Oh, now on the surface they all look too small. Open now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, even Mish has done alright, look at that. Richard will be proud of us. Yeah, if you say even Mish like that, it makes me feel a little bit better.
Try and make yourself feel a little bit.
I think you've beaten me. I think you have beaten me.
No.
And I actively stopped filming to oh, it's going to be close. Let's get him counted.
minimum legal size for king scallops in Guernsey is 100mm, and for the Americans, 4 inches.
$36. Ooh. Didn't even flinch. Put ours next to Matt's. Yeah, I think Matt beat us. How many did you have?
55.
55. Oh, we only just beat you. Not bad, 2 on 1, eh?
Two and longer in.
Yeah. We done 40 minutes, Matt. That's a normal dive. It's about 20 minutes longer than it should have been. But we're enjoying ourselves. No, I should have gone up the plant. It's still light out there.
Yeah.
Looks lovely out there.
North London tide, but
North Run and Tide. Oh, we're getting here and we'll go there then.
yeah.
Take us about, I don't know, an hour and a bit.
How long do you reckon?
35 minutes from the harbour with the North London tide.
On the flood, yeah?
30 minutes.
No finning or a little bit of finning?
No, just no finning.
No, okay.
Maybe a little occasionally.
Just to steady yourself.
Just to steady yourself.
Just so you can shift the weight around the scallops.
But where did you go today? Well, I dived to the Platte. What do you mean you dived to the Platte? Yeah, from the harbour.
Yeah. And then I didn't swim back.
Then I went into Bordeaux, had a cup of coffee, and then waited for the
Hang
South
on.
Running tide.
This is condescending on Facebook now. Someone on Facebook.
There's no way you could do that.
We're back down for our second dive. We're going to try and replicate what we've already done to get a few extra scallops. Here's 25 metres and we're on a fresh tank. Now the tide has picked up a little bit, but not a lot, as you can see by the little bits of seaweed that are moving. As divers, especially scallop divers, we do like to have a bit of run of tide. 1, you're not having to swim, and 2, you cover a bigger area. Wonder what that was then. It scared me. Nice to have a little bit of silence when you're diving. It does look pretty green, so we'll get our light on. And yes, I forgot to sort the other torch out when I was on the surface. At least we're finding a few. Problem is, I know which way we're heading now, and it's not going to be good. Well, not good for diving anyway. Yep, I thought as much. We've headed right into the end of Tares Point now, and to be honest, we're just going to be swimming through loads and loads of seaweed. We're not going to get any scallops here, or if we do, we might be lucky 1 or 2, but it really doesn't make for much good viewing. But one thing we can see is all this seaweed now, as it's rotted off. It's all ripped apart and laying on the seabed up against the reefs. Looks a bit sorry for itself. Doesn't look as lush as it did in the middle of the summer. I'm only guessing, but I'm sure there's other underwater creatures that are benefiting from this. I know the ormers end up picking this up while it's on the seabed, and you see it. It's completely covered in either limpets or winkles or stuff like that. And, you know, the stuff that eats this seaweed. It's part of the food chain and quite important. I never get why there's no flatfish in these sandy bits between these reefs. Must be a reason for it. Maybe there's just not enough pass and trade for them to prey on. That was it, as predicted. We can't really see anything. So I just didn't bother showing you. It's a bit boring. Once you've seen one bit of seaweed, you've seen them all. What do you think to that catch? We've already got our 2 dozen which Richard needs. There's probably another dozen each, I suppose. Keeps him happy. It pays for the fuel, if nothing else. One thing that does surprise me is we've still got loads of these mauve stingers and some salps. You see them little black dots? There's a few of them around at the moment. Not quite sure about the life cycle of these, but I know they spawn and then feed and then die. This one's a beauty. Look at the colour of it. This is where they get their name from, I'm guessing. Mauve stingers. You can't see their stinging tentacles, but they're about 4 foot behind. Tiny little hair-like structures. This one's a bit better. You can see it's collected a bit of debris there. It's going to end up bringing up to its mouth and then eating.
Not bad for some beginners. That's it, no more Tuesday nights now. I've got a course starting. Oh, I have to be a Thursday instead. That's it now, Richard. No more Tuesday nights. It's going to be a Thursday night.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the sun shines on Thursdays.
Hopefully it does.
That's when you leave it after down there.
Yeah. Autumn is definitely here, and winter is not very far away.
Nothing to look forward to now, apart from the winter diving.
Oh, and a little weekend in Plymouth at the end of November.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
That'll be good.
We're back. Richard's made his millions.
Well, it might be the 2 million.
Yeah, 2 million scallop.
Well, it wasn't the most adventurous of dives this evening, but yeah, we got out. We made it work. This was dark, yeah, towards the end of the year, to be expected. But thanks for coming along anyway, and I'll catch you on the next tide.